right, welcome to another World News. People, what I learned in life is you never know what to expect when you wake up. You just never know. Be ready for anything. That's all I'm going to say. And I apologize to anybody in the comments or was waiting at 10 a.m., got changed to 10:30, got changed to 11, got changed to 12, 12:30. Well, the gods were testing me today. They were testing me all different ways. They put nails in my tires. I had to go sit at Les Schwab and just sit there and go, woo, but tires fixed. I was about to cry because, it was brand new tires on these cars. And if they're going to tell me that it's unrepairable, I would be like, man, fuck you gods. But it's free repair. I just had to sit there for 3-4 hours. So apologize that the show kept me moving back. But hey, you know what? We're here now. It doesn't matter. We're here. We're going to start this baby off with some world news.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty will know. Scotty has to know. Scotty's gonna know. Gonna tell Scotty. Gonna tell myself. Scotty has to know. Scotty has to know. Scotty has to. Scotty has to. Scotty has to go. Scotty doesn't.
All right. Now, today's world news is basically stories that I can't really tell you if they're paranormal, if they're UFO, or if they're Bigfoot. You can kind of say they're kind of like they're in the middle somewhere. So this first one is mysterious sound bothering residents near Luther. So here's a town in Luther that having this strange sound. It's actually Oklahoma. So I know some of our listeners are from that area. Maybe you know this sound. So UFO, I don't know. Bigfoot, I don't know. It's just one of those strange ones. I thought, hey, why not? It sounds interesting. And then, there we are. Here we are.
Oklahoma City are saying a loud, shrill noise is keeping them up at night.
And the crazy part, no one knows exactly what it is or where it's coming from. News 4's Austin Brissett has details, new at 6.
It's out in the Oklahoma countryside where residents say they moved and expected quietness and peacefulness, but have been getting something far beyond the opposite. The sound residents in rural Oklahoma and Lincoln County say is driving them up the wall.
It is so loud and shrill. It's just this really annoying sound.
It's so loud, and so it's been going all day and all night. So it's really frustrating. It's really annoying.
Some near Pottawatomie Road in Covell between Luther and Wellston say they've heard it almost nonstop for the past 2 to 3 weeks. Others as far back as 8 or 9 weeks.
So I've been driving around, going down the side streets to try to figure out where it's coming from. It's hard to pinpoint where it's coming from.
At this point, no one knows for sure what it is either, and they say it's tormented them to the point that they haven't been able to sleep.
It keeps waking me up at night. And that's why I'm I'm really upset about this.
Both Luis Miller and Whitney Harbor live in the area. They say they have spoken with authorities about it, but still don't have any answers. Shelley Dobson says she ventures out to that area at times, and she's even heard it.
It's annoying. It was loud. It was enough to get your attention and go, what is it?
Adding that she knows of an oil company with a well site in that general area. So she put in a call to them, and they told her they would send a maintenance crew to check it out. Unsure if that is or isn't the source of the sound, everybody's still just hoping it's something that can be fixed soon.
We have a sound machine, and I've just been turning it up really loud. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sleep like we are.
Near Luther, Austin Brissett, Oklahoma's News 4.
Thanks, Austin. We reached out.
Now, that is weird, right, guys? I mean, nobody knows where this sound's coming from. The only thing they thought of was an oil company, and they're saying it's not there. So, what is it? Why can't they pinpoint the noise? What's causing the noise? I'm not here to tell you it's UFO. I'm not here to tell you it's Bigfoot, but what's causing the noise? Is the oil companies doing something illegally and they're saying they're not doing it? So if you live in Oklahoma, what do you guys think? Should they be worried about the noise or somebody cracking underground? It's one of those questions you got to ask, right? Now, what I liked about the thing was it wasn't just one person. It seemed like it was a whole lot of different people. Now, think about it. This is a rural area. So they're not all living like house. They're probably all spread out, and they're hearing these noises. So what's causing the noise? And nobody's giving them answers. Listen, if that's something to keep you up at night, there's got to be something going on. And if nobody knows, that's when you got to get worried. I mean, I'd rather say the oil company's doing something illegally. I'd rather them say something to get people off than saying, I don't know anything. Or maybe the government. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist, but a noise is created from something. And nobody, out of 4 or 5 different people they talk to, nobody knows in Oklahoma where this noise is coming from.
Man, they better find out sooner or later, or you better call the Cowboys to come save you. But yeah, man, some crazy stuff. Actually, around here in Chattahoochee, they were having some similar things of trumpet sounds coming from the sky. And man, I feel for those people. They did move into the middle of nowhere, and they're having to deal with the static still coming through. And yeah. I thought it was really funny how that girl is driving side street to side street looking for the source. I think she needs to look underground in a deep underground military base, or up in the sky for a cloaked spaceship, because something big is rumbling.
And you know they don't all live close together because it's a rural area. They're all spread out. So something to cause a noise that far out is something to think about. Now, this next one is new life discovered under Antarctica ice sheet.
Yes.
So a new discovery in Antarctica. Researchers find new life under an ice shelf, and the discovery was an accident. Dave Oath, Science Pro, is here to explain all of this for us. This is a strange one, huh?
This is a strange one, but when you find out what these scientists did and what these folks do just to learn stuff, it's amazing. So it was a 5-hour flight, right, from their closest station that they had, and they camped out. They were intense for a few months. They ate dehydrated food. All they were trying to do was to find the history of this ice shelf that they were on, which is thousands and thousands of miles and a half-mile deep. So here's what they did. They had to bore a hole, and what they did was they took 20 tons of snow and they melted it. They had to create 20,000 liters of hot water because they had to dig through this ice. So then they pumped it through a pipe which lowers down into this borehole. It took them 20 hours to melt through the ice. And they kept doing this over and over and over again to try to collect sediment from the bottom, and that's what they wanted to do. But here's the problem. They kept coming up empty. One time they actually went down and their camera bumped this object. Okay, this dark thing turns out to be a rock, which you see there, where the camera hits it. So the camera rights itself, and then it reveals life on the rock. They weren't even looking for this. And the actual scientist was like, hey, I'm not even a biologist. I had no idea what this was. But they found a layer of bacteria called a microbial mat, Russell. And they found little sponges as well on this rock. And they were just dumbfounded. Because how could this survive? It's 160 miles away from an open ocean where it could achieve any light at all. Again, it's thousands of feet down. It's probably 4,500 to 5,000 feet down. Yet there was life. So what they're thinking is that maybe the currents underneath this ice shelf are bringing in old decayed marine animals and allowing them to grab those on the way through. They didn't find any fish, but this does indeed call for further study. I mean, just an amazing thing that they happened, a 1 in a million chance to bump into this rock and find life. And now they've only measured about a tennis court's full, of work in something that's thousands of miles wide.
Wow. I mean, are they...
This is a strange one.
Why am I showing this? When people say something doesn't exist, we're discovering things every single day. Now, they discover something that's not supposed to have any life living where they're at. Now they're saying some science says there's a current. There's no current. We don't know what's underneath the planet, the ground, the ices. So when people say that don't exist, fairies don't exist, that don't exist, there's thousands of things we're discovering on a yearly basis that we never knew before. And Alaska, Antarctica, there's stuff. If we don't want the whole thing melted because we'll screw up the world. But what is underneath those ice?
For sure. I think it is right in front of our face, man. The Thing, it showed it right there. It's some kind of alien transformation that could probably adapt to us and maybe take our shift.
They couldn't bring it up.
Then there's Godzilla vs. Kong was mentioning all the stuff underneath the ice going on. So it's very fascinating stuff, 100%.
It is, because now they couldn't bring it up. So, they're guessing on what kind of bacteria it is, but they don't really know. Well, like you said, what if it is? I'm not saying alien, but what if there's some alien bacteria down there? I don't know.
Anything that's not known to modern day science, it would be alien to that. So I think it's interesting stuff at the very least, but it's also could be very dangerous because one little microbe could turn into a symbiote. And we've all seen Venom in the movie Life and what happens when you play with fire.
Yeah. I see one of my members of the channel, Hobbs. I just want to say, for all future members, I did drop a cooking thing last night. I made carnitas, and I did a special recording of how I smoked carnitas for like 12, 14 hours. And if you're a member, I dropped it on for members only. If you guys want to see the carnitas, I don't know. Some of you I don't want to care about cooking. That's fine. You don't have to. But if you do care, I did drop a video last night. I'm going to be dropping more stuff on members only. So if you want to see some of that stuff, join members. Now, at the end of the show, I am going to have the Sith Jedi Lord come out and do a reading. So if you, what I'm going to do is whoever donates to the channel, you will get a reading. If nobody donates, then I will pick a member that's on the show who's helping the show out by being a member. I will do a reading for you. So whoever wants a reading, donate, $1 doesn't matter. It helps out the show, helps out with some equipment that I need to get to make the show better. So that's what I'm doing. So if you want a reading from a Sith Jedi Lord that's going to do some magic, then just put a donation and you will get a reading at the end of the show. But for now, we're going to jump on over to some Bigfoot. All right, this first one is called Science of Bigfoot. That's all it says. Science of Bigfoot. Well, what is the science of Bigfoot? Let's find out. Science knows everything, right?
If you believe in Bigfoot, you likely already know that the Pacific Northwest is prime and popular habitat for the legendary creature. Now, if you don't believe, there's a new detailed report trying to convince you otherwise. Lincoln Graves takes a closer look at this new report.
When you see it, that's it.
Well, I never thought that I would see one.
I was still skeptical at the time. I wasn't sure at all that these things existed, not until I had my own sighting.
They're part of the North American Wood Ape Conservancy. All say they were Bigfoot skeptics until they had their own sighting.
I guess the analogy is that...
Did you guys always hate that? Everybody's a skeptic until it happens to you. Well, I'm going to hate to say it, but the majority of the people in this world don't believe in nothing until it happens to you.
I'm glad I was never on that boat.
Yeah. There's so many people on that boat, and it's a fact. So, but hey, we just got to do our work, keep showing us stuff, and hopefully people will start realizing that there is some truth into this stuff.
I had suddenly been just yanked into this room, this different room of reality.
Daryl Collier and his colleagues have been looking for Bigfoot in Oklahoma. Fellow believers in our neck of the woods are eyeing them closely.
That group actually has a very good reputation. They're actually doing good work.
Rhett Mullis Jr. heads the Washington State-based Bigfootology group.
In the Pacific Northwest, especially Washington State, we have the most amount of sightings of anywhere else in the world.
Proof of Bigfoot in the Ouachitas would be celebrated every week.
Let's make something clear, people. They're saying, it has the most sightings. Most sightings that's been reported by somewhere. I don't want to, even though I live in Washington, I don't want to sit here and think I live in the state that has the most sightings. I don't know where they're getting their data for reports in the first place, but it doesn't exactly mean Washington has the most sightings. You know, I believe a lot of places probably have more sightings than Washington. It's just Washington people from living here, they're more open than most other states that will do reports. But I'm just saying, so don't always believe that this might be the most sighting place around the world, because you never know. If everybody reported, then that would be interesting.
Where? But despite 49 sightings there in 4 years and many cameras used, no photos were captured.
So they associate these cameras with humans, and so therefore they stay away from them.
The group does detail
I
wood
agree with
knocks. Bats hit on trees that received responses somewhere far off in the woods, or rocks thrown at researchers, onto cabins, or aimlessly in the forest.
As compelling as we believe it to be, we don't present that as proof. That is not enough to establish this as a real animal.
But Rhett Mullis Jr. believes he can convince others without that proof.
It's not difficult to head out to the Oregon coast and go through that mountain range on the coastline, kick off somewhere there and camp for the night, and you may have something happening.
Okay, I don't know if the Chamber of Commerce wants to be promoting that. Go out and camp in.
So like I said, you know, let me see here. Arjun, you're correct. There's been numerous sightings all over Canada. There's sightings all over the world. Listen, I wish I could have proof that Washington really is the #1 state for the most sightings. They just might have got the most reports. And where are they even getting these reports from? I mean, what's the criteria? You know? I mean, how do they know exactly? I mean, is there a survey on sightings? And who's getting this survey? So I'm always curious on the basis of, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We know they exist. Flat out, we know they exist. And, you know, science, no science. I mean, science can't prove I exist, right? And I exist. Did I just, you know what, guys? I think, did I just knock off my next video? Because I was going to play residents have evidence of Bigfoot in northern Kentucky. Here, where is it? Did I just knock it off? Oh, here it is.
Back in May, Wave 3 News took a trip across Wave Country to share chilling tales of Kentuckiana's monsters, myths, and legends. Tonight, the tour begins again, but this time, our viewers lead us to a few of the spookiest local haunts we missed last time. Wave 3 News reporter Don G has tonight's tale.
The woods of Bedford, Kentucky are filled with countless wonders of nature that will take your breath away.
I want to show the world what I've seen.
Rodney Adams, member of the Northern Kentucky Bigfoot Research Group, says the small streams and lakes and dense forests of Trimble County are also an ideal home for Bigfoot. Adams knows they are there because he's come face to face with more than one.
It had hair all over its body other than the face itself. It looked more human than ape-like. It had a very large, flat nose, a very wide, pronounced nose. There was also a very ominous odor. Kind of smells like rotten garbage and wet dog all kind of mixed together.
Tom Shea, founder of the Northern Kentucky Bigfoot Research Group and Trimble County native, knows the beast and its history up close and personal.
In 1962 in June, they had what they call the big monster hunt here in Trimble County.
The Associated Press picked up the story, and so did many curious tourists who swarmed the tiny town for months. Shea has had his own experience with the beast a time or two.
I seen something standing on the side of the road. Well, I thought somebody was hitchhiking at first. This thing was covered in hair and had to stand at least almost 7.5, 8 foot.
This was the beginning of a lifelong search.
It was walking through the field, and I got out of my car, and I had a flashlight, and I followed it in the field. And as I was following it, it turned on me and growled.
The pictures may not be so clear, but their memories are vivid. Now, decades later, Shea and Adams have collected hundreds of footprint casts, blood, and hair.
One of our experts classified it as an unknown primate. Their DNA comes back fairly close to ours, but when they reference it across the database,
I agree, Flat Rock.
creatures,
I love
they
his
still don't know
shirt
what it is.
too.
It comes back unknown.
I love
Shea
that
and
shirt.
Adams are not driven to prove that Bigfoot or the Trimble County monster is real.
I have seen it And I don't have to argue with you, because that's between me and my Creator.
Their goal is to learn about the creature and share what they have discovered with others.
I've seen it, 100% convinced. I can tell you they exist, and there's no doubt in my mind. And we will eventually have enough proof. There's no doubt that they exist.
Ooh. Well, the Northern Kentucky Bigfoot Research Group was recently featured on Animal Planet's Call of the Wild. To follow the latest trail, join them.
Now, Chris, you said you live about an hour and a half from you. So have you heard of that group? Are they a known group? Are they truly a respected group? If you have any information about the group, please put in the chat. And Flat Rock, I agree with you. I like that shirt. I thought that shirt was cool. The Washington has the most sightings, and that's the bottom line because money makers say so. Yeah, you know, I'm always curious on where these numbers come from. You know, is it a certain group? Is it surveys? Because if you ask everybody in the world that question, have you had a sighting? It'd be interesting then to see where is the most spots. But all because they say Washington or Oregon, it doesn't mean that's a spot everybody should go to. It just may be that those areas, they call more. Like I said, I know Washington people. They do actually call more. They actually do report things more. When I was born in California, nobody gave a fuck in California. They don't give a shit. They see something, they're not going to report it. So there are places that report things more than the other. It doesn't mean one has more than the other. It's just depending on what kind of people that will do the reporting. So don't ever discourage, well, I never hear a report in my area. It doesn't mean your area is not hot. It doesn't mean you think Bigfoot knows exactly. I'm going to move to Washington. I'm going to move to Oregon. Fuck, I'm going to go to Florida, hang out with the skunk apes.
I'm trying to make deals.
That's the thing. If you haven't had, documented sightings, you can be the one to document a sighting. There's always that first person, that first witness. So, yeah, always keep your head on a swivel and, just know where you're at, know your surroundings, let people know where you're at as well. It was in Bedford in Ohio. I know Bedford was near Cleveland, but Chris kind of threw me off by saying it's an hour and a half away from him because I know that's kind of farther away from Cincinnati. So I'm going to have to research back into it. But, yeah, man, I've spent a lot of time in Bedford.
Yeah, and I use numbers for fun. I don't use it as a fact. I just use it for fun and try to do comparisons with other sightings for fun. So, guys, beyond that, that's done with the Bigfoot. Let's jump on over to some paranormal. And guys, I forgot to mention that tonight, myself, Connor, and Dr. Wu is going to be on the Pine Island Research Channel. I went to his channel. I don't see the link up. But this is the link to his channel itself. Some people do create links and they don't set up their front page to show upcomings. So the link might be there somewhere, but I haven't seen it. And I believe he starts the show 6 p.m. Pacific time. Is that correct, Connor?
He's been moving it around because of Alex Pedikov out of the shadows. So I'm not entirely sure, especially with these time zones, Central Time Zone, Eastern, Western with you. I'll hopefully be there 8 minutes before, getting ready with y'all.
Yeah, it should be fun, It's always fun. It's fun.
For sure. I'm really looking forward to it because it's going to be a change of pace for him because he has a little bit more serious people and a serious crowd. So I can't wait to loosen them up and hit them in the throat with some information.
Oh, yeah. And, sometimes it's kind of funner when it's their show, right? They're the host. You just kick back, relax, and you just go with the flow, however it goes. Sometimes I like doing that. But let me see here. Now, this first paranormal, Phoenix, Arizona, Paranormal Society, PAPS Globe. So there's a paranormal group called the PAPS in Phoenix, Arizona. What's going on in Phoenix?
There's a lot of haunted buildings in Globe.
2 years before Arizona became a state, the 1910 Gila County Sheriff's Office and Jail opened. The rustic building may have stopped incarcerating prisoners in 1981, but some say today, spirits still live behind these bars.
Wait till it's completely dark in here, we can only see it through night vision.
The Phoenix, Arizona Paranormal Society tours the jail at dusk, waiting for full darkness.
This is gonna be great. Yeah.
As the light weakens, the gridded silhouettes disappear.
Is anyone going with you?
Yeah, you are.
The investigation begins. The team splits up. Rod and I go into a cell where a prisoner was shot.
This is where we get the voice every time.
Every member wears a tape recorder.
This is where the bullet came through here and killed the person in the cell, yes.
Some hold sensors that detect a change in electromagnetic fields, believed by investigators to prove paranormal presence.
One more time. I see the meter going up. See it? There it is. Thank you. Hang on to it. I'm getting a chill. Hang on. Just hang on to it. Can you walk away? Wow, I can feel it all the way through my hand, dude. It's like vibrating. Walk away. Walk away. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
One of the active areas is a common room on the second floor. The team sits on the skeletal beds and cells that once housed prisoners. At one point, Rod sees a silhouette pass by.
I just saw something. You're right, Rob.
Most of the evidence that we get is from our EVP's electronic voice phenomena, which is captured through our audio recorders. So we don't really hear it at the time. So when we go review all the evidence, we can hear some whispering or some kind of talking.
Each member spends hours after an investigation carefully listening to the recordings. Here are two whispers the team discovered.
I heard something like that. I heard something like that.
Trying to capture supernatural activity is their passion.
I've always believed that there's something going on, something outside of the box of our day-to-day life. The spirit world has always been fascinating to me, and there's more proof to me that something out there exists than the other way around.
The team hopes these ghostly adventures will shed light and belief in the darkest of places. In Globe, Brian West, 12 News at 10.
I was reading this from Terry Brown, Connor and Eric. The internet is saying Bedford, Kentucky is 1 hour, 55 minutes from me here in Wilmington. I've never heard of these guys, so no idea. Oh, the Bigfoot one? Yeah. You know, it's hard to know groups, you know? I mean, I hardly don't even know any groups in Washington. You know, when I was trying to join a paranormal group in Washington, I have asked a few places and they all turned me down. I'm serious. Every single paranormal group that I made a request in the state of Washington has all turned me down. All of them. It's like, what are they afraid that I'm going to try to dispose of them? No, I want the truth too. So, I don't follow none of these groups in Washington because if they don't want me, then fuck you. I hate to say it, fuck them. Well, Eric, and this is what they say, Eric, your hearing is not up to par. We need people to be able to be at 100%. Oh, so you're discriminating. Okay. I didn't know ghost hunting is a discriminating field, but it is what it is. Hey guys, I gotta tell you something. Yesterday, Unidentified S4 had a show with the three witches. I recognized two of them. I recognized Bree. I recognized Aylin. I can't remember the names, but he had a kick-ass show yesterday. It was very fun to watch. And that one person that was talking to him on the side, man, that person could talk. That person was just busting out the information and books. It was like very entertaining. So check out that channel. If somebody could put their link in the here, let me see. I'm just looking at something. Oh, you know what? Unidentified as far. I apologize. Let me give you a wrench. Let me give you a wrench so you can put your link in the show, because that show last night was great. Your show was great. I really enjoyed it. So, and all that. So now this next paranormal is an Australian town. Now, guys, this is more of a computerized kind of talk for this. But hey, I'm gonna play it anyway because you never know. Some of you might live in Australia. You might know this town. So even though it sounds funny, just hear it.
Welcome back to my stand-up channel. Australian town experiences a surge in reports of paranormal activity. The city of Springfield in Queensland, Australia has undergone some major changes over the years. It was once a farming community, but has since developed into a growing suburb of nearby Ipswich. With more and more families settling there every year as city development projects expand, but it's not those changes that have some residents concerned. According to Queensland's Courier Mail, reports of paranormal activity in the region have increased, including multiple accounts of people hearing ominous footsteps at night, doors opening and closing on their own, and children claiming to see or hear a mysterious presence in the family's house. These reports have come to the attention of former paranormal investigator Kelly Wright, who lives in the adjacent suburb of Camira. Wright told the Courier Mail this surge in paranormal incidents likely coincides with the increase of development in the area. There's a lot that goes on around spooky Springfield, Wright explains. What people need to understand is that spirits are residual to the land. And a lot of Springfield is old farming land. One of the most widely circulated local legends describes the tall man, not to be confused with the phantasm character, but rather a resident ghost, said to haunt the region, whom Wright says she first saw when she moved to Camira. He is quite tall, dark-skinned, wears a coat, and paces and paces and paces. My son used to see a man looking in the windows who fit the same description. He's not the only one, it seems. Wright told the newspaper the tall man has been sighted multiple times recently, most often by younger residents. He seems to like to frighten children a bit, she said. Source: the 13th floor. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
All right, so if you live in Australia, if you know that town, put something in the chat. Let us know about it, because there's ghosts, there's paranormal, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Oh, my good friend Nona Boss, welcome. She's such a great person. You know what would make a great show? Can you imagine one of those prisons, those dark prisons, if Discovery Plus really had the balls to put some real people out there? Can you imagine myself, Anthony from Identify S4, Connor, Bigfoot Anon, my brother Dr. Wu, you send us into a place to investigate? I'm telling you right now, and I'm not just trying to sell this channel, that will be gold. It will be gold. Seeing Dr. Wu and Anthony take like Connor and I will take a turn. We'll go in this section, this area. Then Connor and Dr. Wu, Anthony and Dr. Wu will go in one corner. That would be a kick-ass show, right? So Discovery Plus, if you're out there, you get me, you get Anthony from Identify S4, you get Connor from Bigfoot Anon, you get Dr. Wu. You put us together to do some investigations. I'll tell you right now, be the #1 fucking show on Discovery Plus. Hands down, all the way. No questions about it. No questions at all. Beyond that, let's go into UFOs. What I'm going to do, people, is I'm going to remove one of my UFO videos, and I'm going to play it tomorrow. I'm going to replace it with unidentified S4 video. So I'm going to make the change in the description. So I'm going to share the screen for unidentified S4. And this is his Atlantic City UFO. So the original video, I'll just put it for tomorrow. No big deal. So let's check this out. And this is from, guys, let me give him a thumbs up. The guy deserves a thumbs up. And no, I'm going to leave him a comment. I haven't even seen the video. I know this video is going to kick major butt. So I'm sending him a comment before I even see it. That's how we do it. That's how we work in the community. We help each other out. Here we go.
This craft was photographed over the Tropicana Casino in Atlanta.
Oh, shit. My bad. I'm sorry.
This craft was photographed over the Tropicana Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey this past Saturday. If anyone has any video footage about this craft over the Tropicana in Atlantic City, please reach out to me at topfiless4@gmail.com. I would love to see some video on this.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Do aliens exist? That's a really interesting question, and one that we have been trying to understand and explore and figure out for a really long time. We have not yet discovered life on any other planet. We haven't seen any scientifically supported evidence for extraterrestrial life. So we will keep looking.
That's a good one. Wow.
That one's not too far from me in Florida.
Oh, wow. That one has two eyes right there. And that cloud. That looks neat. I like that.
Why is that, Mr. Reed?
Because it's devastating to my case.
Overruled.
Good call.
Hey, Scott, you're in Fort Myers. I'm in the Panhandle right now. We're about 7 hours away, brother.
That was pretty good. I like that. I like the little cut in, and of course, everybody knows the most ridiculous Johnny Depp Amber thing. Oh my god, that shit is. I mean, you put on the news channel, that's all they're talking about, right? They won't talk really about the UFOs too much, the paranormal or the Bigfoot, but they'll talk all day about Johnny Depp and Amber, and they have fucking every analyst in the world. This is why he acts like this. This is why she acts like this. And there's always an answer for why somebody acts like something. So that's a fucking freak show. You guys want to watch a freak show? Watch the Johnny Depp and Amber show. I could give a rat's ass, because if that was me or Connor up there, I don't care what kind of evidence Connor and I would have. Every person would be turning their backs on us. That's just a fact. Johnny Depp's got a lot of good friends, even though I think Johnny Depp is getting fucked over. But still, if it was us, nobody would give a shit. So nobody gives a shit. I don't give a shit. This next one is UFO in Peru. Amazing video of what it thought to be a meteorite blazing across the South American skies.
Era para achicar, creo, la cara. Vamos, 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 vamos. Vamos.
You know. I mean, right off the bat, people probably say it's a meteor, or they'll probably say it's a falling satellite. You know, I mean, it's interesting somewhat.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It honestly looks like planes and chemtrails and stuff. So maybe we should look a little closer in our skies, and it might be a UFO or some kind of weird anomaly up there. But yeah, that's what I think too. A contrail shining, all the metals absorbing into our pores. I can feel the Alzheimer's already creeping up.
Yeah, you know, kind of interesting. You know, all that. Let me see anything. Space debris. Yeah, we all heard that. But that's Jack Sparrow. We all love Jack Sparrow. Yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, hey, actors are actors. I am who I am. You know what they do, what people do after they're done acting their job is their business. None of my business. None of my business. You know, who knows what really go on in that weird place, and I don't care.
They both drink blood. They're both guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty.
I know.
You go in the hole with Oprah. Go to hell.
I know. It's like, well, he could lose his job. Listen, if Connor and I same place, we'll lose our job. Nobody would give a fuck about us. I'm telling you guys, the real world. Listen, they're actors. They get paid. They do their job. They go home. All I care what I see on the screen, what people do in their own homes, that's their business. That's their business. I'm not one of those, what's Kardashians doing today? No. Oh, yeah, here's another news article they all keep showing. Pete and Kardashian goes to the Biden's dinner, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, that's like three wrongs right away. Biden, Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian, a banquet, Saturday Night Live. Oh, man. And people think I'm crazy. I've already sniffed all this stuff out.
Right?
That's all I'm saying.
And people like, well, these, you know, Biden, they really care. They really care. That's why they're inviting Kardashian and Saturday Night Live to their parties and stuff. And then that comedian guy, I saw a clip where he made a joke where, yeah, one thing's going up under Biden is gas prices, food prices. And you see Biden just laughing, chuckling, like he should be fucking laughing, chuckling. Those prices going up affects us. Like, fuck your laughing, choke on yourself. I mean, come on. I know it's a joke, but just laughing at prices going up like it's nothing to them.
None of us are laughing who said this would all happen, you know, and then the people that watched the news and fell for it, man, it sucks.
You know
it sucks living the reality that we predicted.
It is. But we're going to have some fun. We're going to check out Slimer. Slimer of Ghostbusters. Slimer's butt. We're going to check out Slimer's butt. Y'all of you like, what? Hey, Slimer's got butt. All right? Seattle's got a famous song called Baby's Got Back. Slimer's got back. 100%. We're going to find out what the hell Eric's talking about. Is there a Mandela effect with Slimer's butt? Well, yes, there is.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
I am your father.
is a Ghostbuster. Now, guys, this is from a really good friend of my channel who's I know Hobbs know her. Her channel called Society of Rejects. Her name is Callie. I've known Callie for many years in the Mandela community. She's a wonderful person. She doesn't really do a lot on her own channel. She goes on like other people's channels, and she goes on the good ones, the good, kind people. Not she like us. She was mixed with the bad group before, kind of like some of us thought these people were friends, but we all step back and say we don't want to be even connected to some of these groups. So this video, she made a Slimer, and I love it. Here we go.
Okay, so if you're anything like me, you remember that Slimer had a tail. Like, you know, like one of those simple ghost tails you draw like when you're a little kid. It's like a ghost. It's like, woo, it's got arms, but it's got no legs. It's just, you know, it's mystical, it's magical. Anyway, so I was watching this guy's 3D printing videos, and he printed out this Slimer model. And I thought, oh, okay, cool. And I'm watching it, and then he turns it around, and I'm like, what? Okay, well, this obviously is just, it's like one of those funny things you can do, because when you 3D print stuff, you can make it look like whatever you want, right? So if you want Slimer to have a nasty old man butt, you can do that. That is your prerogative. Anyways, I start Googling, and no, this is a Mandela effect. It's in transition. Slimer no longer has like a Jabba the Hutt-esque tail. Slimer has got a nasty old plumber ass. Check it out. I haven't made a video in forever. I just had to cover this. It is too crazy, too wild, and too insane. Wow, what do you remember? Leave a comment below. And if you haven't yet, why not like and subscribe? I might make another video again one day. Peace out.
I want to tell you guys something. I grew up on Ghostbusters. She's got something here because I remember Slimer myself having that Jabba the Hutt kind of tail. I don't remember Slimer having the butt like that. I don't remember that. I think this was an awesome find. To me, I remember Slimer with the tail. Now Slimer has the butt. Maybe what's the message here? Message here is we all got asses in our face. We're just not seeing it properly. Maybe that's the message. We're all covered with asses. Asses everywhere. The president's an ass. Congress is an ass. Everybody's an ass. Maybe that's the message. But Connor, you had the card. You seen Ghostbusters? Do you recall the butt?
Me and John both kind of remember the pointy tail being in the animated ones, and then the butt being in the live action, the first one. So it's one of those mixed memories, and then when it gets sidetracked with all these other ventures of third-party artists, yeah, it gets really blurry. But yes, I think it's an amazing find. But I remember the pointy tail first because that's the cartoon in my head. But then, yes, the nice-shaped J-Lo Butte.
See, I bet you, like knowing a boss on myself, I never watched the cartoon. I know there was a cartoon, but I've never watched the cartoon. So if the tail was in the cartoons, see, I wouldn't know. And I still remember the tail in the movie. It's just weird. It's a weird one. I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. Now, you know, I know everybody have heard Slimer. Originally,
I haven't made a video in forever. I just had to cover this.
They wanted Slimer to look like John Belushi because John Belushi was originally going to be in the movie Ghostbusters. And since he died, of course, he couldn't be in the movie. So Dan Aykroyd, Ivan Reitman asked the guy who's creating Slimer to make him look like John Belushi. And the guy who's drawing said in an interview, like, I was already finished with Slimer. I go, since he kind of already looked like John Belushi, he told them that he created him to look like John Belushi, and they all thought he looked like John Belushi. So what does that kind of tell you? Sometimes by telling you what something looks like, you start imagining it does look like that. I thought that was kind of cool because he could have said, that guy could have said, yeah, I try to make him look close like John Belushi as I can. He actually lied and said, I did it. Here it is. And he already drew it before they asked him to make him look like John Belushi. But hey, maybe in his heart, magical. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at Slimer. I don't see John Belushi there.
I thought it was really funny how someone brought up how Fatso from Casper kind of gets brought into it too, and maybe our memory kind of blends everything.
Oh.
The first Ghostbusters was called Onion Ghost too.
Yeah.
For all the Easter egg hunters. And I just wanted to tell Donnie, I saw he said that he supports Keanu Reeves, which, solid, might be a vampire. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Donnie, come on, brother. He stands up. Yeah. Fast and Furious was cool. XFL, cool. Rock Bottom, I seen him wrestle. Cool. But go watch his Saturday Night Live skits and just see the stuff he said. And that he just look up the stuff he said. It came out of his own mouth. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, chuck that rock as far as you can in a river.
Yep. So, guys, I am going to do a card reading. Oh, no. The Jedi Sith Lord will be doing a card reading for you all, for some of you. So, let me go get the Sith Lord real quick.
I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger.
With my gifts of the dark side and the light side, I will be able to predict the past, present, and future.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
That boy is our last hope. No more training do you require. Already know you that which you need.
All right. I will be doing a card reading for Terry Brown. Terry Brown is a subscriber to the channel. He supports the channel, and I appreciate his support of the channel. I really appreciate that a lot. So, and if anybody else wants a card reading, if you do a donation to the channel, that will get you into the card reading. But for now, we are going to do the card reading. All right, Terry Brown. Terry Brown, you could pick affirmation. You can't even see it. Affirmation. You could pick guidance. You could pick inspiration. And you could pick activity. So you pick which one you want. You want inspiration? You want guidance? You want information or activity? Or do you want me to use the Jedi set powers and pick the card for you, Mr. Terry Brown? And like I said, thank you for supporting the channel. So Terry, which one you want? Inspiration, guidance, or affirmation or activity? Guidance. Oh, he wants the guidance. All right. All righty. Now, Terry, do you feel like a Sith today, or you feel like a Jedi today? Let me know. Let me know, Terry. Are you a Jedi today, or are you a Sith? Gotta know. Who doesn't need guidance? That is true, right? I'm dressing like this. I need fucking guidance, right? All the way. So you get to pick Jedi or Sith. And there's a reason why I'm asking this. I don't even think. Oh, Sith. Sith guidance. Him Jedi. Shit or guidance. Him Jedi. Okay, you're a Jedi. So the reason I asked that question is this has a crystal power of a Jedi and a crystal power of a Sith. So Jedi it is. I'm turning this on. Hold on. It'll work.
I can feel your anger.
All right, here we go. Here we go, Terry. I think I got the card right here. All right, Terry. Magic card. Here we go. Guidance. Guidance. Standing out. Standing out in a crowd does not mean acting like a different person. Embrace who you are and be comfortable with the way your personality already makes you unique. That's a good one. I like that. That's a very good one. Standing out in a crowd does not mean acting like a different person. Embrace who you are and be comfortable with the way your personality already makes you unique. All right. All right. Let me see here. We got any? All right. I'm going to do one more person. Like I said, if you donate to the channel, you get a card reading. If nobody donates, I will choose a person that's donating for donating who joined the channel. And I'm going to do one more person. Daniela. You are a subscriber to the channel. You support this channel. So we're going to do one more card reading. One more card reading. So, Daniela, do you want inspiration? Do you want guidance? Do you want affirmation or activity? What do you want? Daniela, you tell me which one you want. Inspiration, guidance, affirmation. It's inspiration. All right, Daniela. All right. Do you feel like a Sith Lord today? Or do you feel like a Jedi? What do you feel like today? You let me know, Danielle. You feel like a Jedi or a Sith? There's nothing wrong. I'm both. I have powers of both. So just let me know, because I got to turn this on. This is what's going to make the card magical. Let's see here. I'm waiting for your answer. Oh. There we go. Okay. I'm both. You're both? Okay. I'm going to take out the green crystal. Since the other one's Jedi, we're going to make you... So what I did is I put no crystal in here. I'll turn it on. This is the power for the inspiration.
We are
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. One last thing. Oh. Come to me. Got the card right here. Got the card. Here we go. There are many ways to interpret a situation. Look at it from all angles before you draw a conclusion. Your eyes can deceive you if you don't trust them. Okay, I get it. There are many ways to interpret a situation. Look at all angles before you draw a conclusion. This is awesome, because in life, we always say you gotta follow the truth. You gotta follow the answers. You gotta look at, if you're judging everything off of one report, then you're wrong. But if you gotta look at multiple reports. Look at different styles out there before you make that conclusion. Look at things at different angles, because the way you might look at it here might not be the way you think it over here. You know, sometimes I would say, like, I would say, like, say you're angry. You're very angry. If you're very angry, wait 10 minutes, go somewhere, calm down, have a clear mind, clear your mind, and then rethink the situation that you were in, and then have a new thought of it. Because sometimes when you're angry, you're mad or something, and you're right off the bat, you're already not thinking straight. But look at all angles. If it means taking a rest for a second to rethink something, then you should. So all right. Like I said, I want to thank Daniela for being a subscriber to the channel. I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I want to thank Terry Brown for being contributing to the show. I appreciate that very much. And then tomorrow, I'll be back again. If anybody wants to join the channel, and actually, guys, if anybody decides to join the channel, I'm actually going to do a recording of everybody who's signed up for the channel, and I'm going to be doing a reading for each person signed up for the channel, guaranteed once a month. I'm going to try to do it twice a month. So you will get a private Jedi reading from me. But during the live show, if somebody can't donate to the channel, which is fine, you don't have to donate. If you donate to the channel, you'll get a reading. If not, if somebody subscribed to the channel, you'll have a reading. So hopefully you guys like it. You guys enjoy it. I'm having fun with it. Because how many readings do you get from a person looking like me? See, I got the crystal. I got the lightsaber. And I got the power right here. So beyond that, guys, later tonight, Connor, myself, and Dr. Wu will be on the Pine Island Research Channel. And I think Chad Smith Podcast has got a pretty kick-ass channel show tomorrow. He's got a guest on his channel. I think his name is Chris. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up Chad Smith, unless he wrote in the chat. Chad Smith, who's going to be... Oh, hold on. Time out. We got a brand new member of the channel. Too much information. Just join the channel. I'm going to do one more reading for too much information. Thank you so much for joining the channel. So too much information. Do you want an inspiration card? You want a guidance? You want an affirmation? Or you want an activity card? Too much information, you get to choose. So you get to choose inspiration, guidance, affirmation, or activity. You choose, my friend. And thank you for being part of the family. That is awesome. And I did put up cookie carnitas yesterday. So if you want to learn how to make carnitas, watch the video that I popped up last night. All right. Inspiration. Here we go. Now, too much information. Do you feel like a Jedi or do you feel like a Sith today? There's nothing wrong if you feel like both. Inspiration. Okay, inspiration. But do you feel like a Jedi or do you feel like a Sith? Let me see. I'm just waiting for him. Oh, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you, Unidentified S4. That is awesome. Oh, you feel like a Sith. Perfect. Because I already got, it's already red. It's already for Sith.
We are Sith.
Ooh. Here we go. I know what I have to do, but I don't know that I have the strength to do it. Faith in yourself is a powerful weapon. Be conditioned. You can do anything. Terry, basically, what I'm reading is, you know what you got to do. You know it. You got the strength inside you to do something. Because you yourself is a powerful weapon. Yes, you are a powerful weapon. You just being here talking to people, it makes you a strong person. And everybody who has a voice, who speaks, is a weapon. You don't need a gun. You don't need weapons. You don't need none of that stuff. You yourself is the weapon. So like, again, faith in yourself is a powerful weapon. Be confident. You can do anything. And I believe that. Too much information. You can do anything. Don't let nothing in life brings you down. That's an awesome card. And Unidentified did donate to the channel, so we're going to do one more. One more. So, Anthony, are you inspiration? Are you guidance? Are you affirmation or activity? I tell you what, man, really wearing this fucking robe is hot. You know, some people think, oh, Eric's wearing a Sith robe. Nah, not technically. This is Luke Skywalker's robe from Return of the Jedi. So technically, this is a Jedi robe, even though it looks like a Sith robe because you think of them wearing black. Oh, he wants guidance. Okay. Now, Anthony, do you feel like a Sith Lord today, or do you feel like a Jedi today? Because this is the power that makes me draw the correct card. So are you a Jedi or are you a Sith today? I'm both. But for today, what do you feel like? If you're angry today, that's fine. Be a Sith. If you're happy today, be a Jedi. What are you today? I am a Jedi. Oh, he's a Jedi. Because he's a Jedi, I am going to put this crystal back in this. Instead of it being red, it goes green.
My young Jedi, you will find that it is you who are mistaken about a great many things.
All right. It says, standing out in the crowd does not mean acting like a different person. Embrace who you are. Be comfortable with the way your personality already makes you unique. Standing out in the crowd does not mean acting like a different person. Embrace who you are and be comfortable the way your personality already makes you unique. And you know what? That kind of matches Anthony, because Anthony's an ex-police. He studies the UFOs, and you know he's got that strong New York accent, so he does stand out in a crowd just when he speaks. But embrace who you are and be comfortable, because you talk about UFOs, you know that people are going to look at you wrong. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. But what I know about you, Anthony, is you don't care what people think. You believe what you believe, and that makes you the perfect Jedi, because you see the lightness of everybody, even when there's so much negative around you, because there are, and knowing that you serving us, being a police officer, protecting us, you already had me as a friend, being an officer, protecting us, but knowing that you're open-minded, you're speaking, and you don't care what people think of you. I think this is a perfect card for you. And I appreciate you supporting the channel and all that. And I want to thank everybody today. And then, like I said, anybody who joins the member of the channel, once or twice a month, I will be doing a private reading just to all of you. And during the live shows, whoever donates, I will read you a card. And if nobody donates, which is fine, I will pick somebody who's a member of the channel, because I do appreciate and support all of you. Connor, before we go, you got anything to say?
Yes, I am looking forward to tonight. Pine Island Research is going to be in for a tornado with me, you, and Bob. I am super pumped for that. Yes, unidentified S4, very inspirational, man. Anthony is so cool, so open-minded. When people can just be open-minded, it is so inspiring to me, man. When people throw up blockades, it just shows, you know, the programming of the world. So I love recognizing the rest of my tribe out here that, you know, the whole world could be against you, but you're still going to stand on your 2 feet. So I love that, man. And I'm really excited for this weekend. I'm going to be on Spaced Out Radio with Jessica Jones for her second show ever on there. It's going to be super magical. But, man, I have big plans for the end of this week. And yesterday I was at Vortex Springs, where Ben McDaniel sadly vanished in 2010. I put together a really good video. I tried interviewing like 20 divers, and only about 4 of them knew who Ben was. None of them wanted to get on camera. And then the other ones had no clue what I was talking about. So it's crazy that something so dark can happen and it kind of be swept under the rug. But, man, I'm going to be fighting for the truth. Hope you guys join my channel. Buy some Yeti bars, BA10 if you want to use my code. Buy my books if you like to read. Check out my movie on Zillafoot or on Amazon, Zillafoot. Then The Void Cat is coming out soon. We actually just got like interviewed or reviewed by some newspaper that saw us in a film festival. So I'm excited to see what they got to say about me. And if it's anything negative, I'm going to suck the Void Cat right on them. Yep. So yeah, man, everybody just have a positive day. Don't let any of the darkness get in your way. And just be yourself, because then you have no heavy burdens on your back. You can go to sleep at night. You remember who you are. You don't, lies and all that crap is hard to remember. Just be yourself. That's the easiest thing, and it provides, man. So, follow that love. And again, Terry Brown, thank you for repping me at the Ohio Bigfoot Conference in Salt Fork. I just want to say this to everybody that is setting up conferences and conventions. Please do your due diligence on researchers and speakers. Some of these speakers are getting very old and their health is going down. They cannot be traveling around. They also don't have the energy on stage. All of us support Lauren Coleman, but I think his time is on the market, on the field, is coming to an end. So, Ohio, Texas Bigfoot Conference, who keeps, hosting these same people, expand, guys. Look to the youth, because we are the ones with the connections to the future. Oh, man, guys. But I could go on and on.
Yep.
You guys will see me tonight on Pine Island and everywhere in between.
And thank you, guys. Like I said, Connor and I, the difference between some of these channels, we ask people to help the channel. We try to earn it. How many card readers are going to do a whole beautiful, awesome outfit for you guys? How many people are going to make an awesome, kick-ass commercial for your entertainment? We like to earn people's trust, earn people's likes. We don't just, why donate to them? Because we actually try to earn it from you. We want to work for you. We appreciate you. Beyond that, guys, we'll see you tonight on the Pine Island Research and tomorrow back on the World News.
I got one important message real quick. I want to also shout out Squatching Cowboy. Some people have been attacking him that he was drinking at the Squatch Out. A casual beer once in a while, I see no problem with it. He hiked up the mountain. He was down the river with me. He was investigating. He was never too drunk to be, moving forward. It was casual beers. So if we're going to start, throwing out names, y'all can be found in the Cherokee National Forest. But watching South Florida and Squatching Cowboy are my fam. So anybody comes at them, they're going to get it.
That's why we're a community. We have each other's back. That's what a community is about. Guys, I'll see you next time.